All right, so a lot of times I'll get sent samples of people that are concerned about blue-green algae, and so that's what I'm gonna go through today. So we have these stakeholders that have a pond nearby, and it started to show that kind of John Deere green film on top of the pond. So they're concerned that it's blue-green algae. This time of year, it could also be pollen. It looks very similar. You wanna collect about a water bottle full of water, and that'll be enough to do the test that we're gonna do. So I'm gonna show you how to do a rapid test. This is a test that you can do on site, do it on the back of a pickup truck. Today we're in the lab to kind of show you what's going on, but relatively easy to do. The blue-green algae can make some cyanotoxins, and those can be harmful. They can cause illness, they can cause rashes on your hands. So one of the very important steps is to use gloves throughout this entire process. So we're gonna use a 5 strands test today, and this test is really simple to use. We did a study at Kansas State Research and Extension that showed that these tests are relatively reliable. We don't necessarily endorse this test. There are others on the market, just happens to be the one we're using today. So there's 4 main steps to doing this test. The first one is to put on gloves. It's really important that you wear gloves throughout this entire process. You're then gonna take the water sampling tube and submerge it in the water sample for about 15 seconds. It's gonna start to bubble and get hot during this step. Very important that you use some sort of tool and not be holding that canister in your hand for the full time. After you remove that water sampling tube from the sample, you're gonna wanna let it sit for about 10 minutes. That'll allow cells to lyse or break apart and release those toxins. After about 10 minutes, you'll come back, you'll collect some water in the sampling pipette. You'll drop 3 drops onto the test strip, and then you'll wait about 8 minutes. And after that time, then you'll look at the test strip and analyze your results. So these rapid tests are a great tool to help you determine whether there's cyanotoxins present or absent in your pond. It's important to remember a couple things. The main thing being that toxin presence can change rapidly over time. If you're seeing evidence that you think you might have a cyanobacterial bloom, then this might be a good test for you. For more information, we do have a podcast episode about cyanobacteria on our podcast called Fins, Fur, and Feathers. We'd recommend you check out.